Alright, time for some more straight fire. This is number 10, and in this chapter we're going to quickly look at how to use Sohcahtoa to find missing angles. And I like this question right here. Question number 1. Given the diagram below, find the measures of angle A and B to the nearest degree. So we're going to have to do some rounding using Sohcahtoa. So let's begin with finding measure A. To use Sohcahtoa to figure out missing angles, you definitely need to have a right triangle, which we do have because of the y and x axis being perpendicular to each other. So we have a right triangle, and we need to have two side measurements to be able to find a missing angle. And we have that right here. We've got that this is 3 spaces, and the vertical height, the altitude is 4. We're going to use those two numbers to help us figure out how big angle A is. Well, which two sides do we have? This side's the hypotenuse, which won't be used in the question. This side here, 4, is on the opposite side. So there's my opposite side, and then this side here is the adjacent side. So I'm going to think about either using SOH CAH or TOA. It's only going to be one of those 3. And looking at the ingredients I have the adjacent side and I have the opposite side. The only formula that has both of those is TOA. If you combine this with episode 9, where we use trigonometry to find the missing sides, you'd have seen that we've covered all 3 possibilities of where the missing variable can be. Here we're looking for x, which is an angle, and when we use tangent, that places the x right next to the letter n. Sine, cosine, and tangent are always best friends with the angle. Sometimes you're looking for the angle, and sometimes you have the angle. Here, this time, we actually don't know what the angle is at this time. So just following the formula, the opposite side is 4. The adjacent side is 3, and to remember on this one, you're not going to cross multiply. To find the missing angle, you're just going to go to your calculator, and most calculators you're going to be typing in the second button first, and then pressing sine, cosine, or tangent, and here it's tangent. Because we're looking to go in reverse. Usually sine, cosine, and tangent will help us find missing sides. Here we're using sine, cosine, and tangent to find a missing angle. And since we're going in reverse, we're going to do something in math that's called the inverse, which is the math word for going in reverse. We're going to do the inverse of tangent, which is what comes up on the screen when you type that in. And all that you have to do is type in the fraction that you're figuring out. And as long as your calculator is set to degrees, it will give you the correct answer. And the answer should look right. So when I type into my calculator exactly what I've got here on my screen, it gives me about 53 degrees. 53.1, which will round to 53. And the answer looks right in the picture. Now it's easy. So that'd be for angle A. Now it's easy to find out what angle B is worth. Angle B, well, it's 180 degrees in a triangle to begin with. Take away the 90 degrees for angle C, and take away the 53 degrees for angle A. Must mean that this angle is worth 37 degrees, angle B. And it looks to be true in the picture that that angle looks to be the smallest angle of the bunch. Angle A looks a little bit larger, and of course angle C is the biggest at 90. Okay, looking at the next question. Reviewing that one. Oh, let's see, that one's all set up already. It just says looking for angle A to the nearest degree. They've given me some choices. Based on the choices, I'd say it's probably not this one, because that angle looks to be bigger than angle B. And I'm probably going to say it's not choice 2, so it's probably down to choice 3 and 4 just by the looks alone. So let's actually figure this out. So here's the angle that we're looking for. I might as well put an X there to begin with. What side is the 14 in the picture? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? The 14 is the hypotenuse. And the side across on the opposite side of the picture is the opposite side. We're not given that side, so that's not going to be something that we're going to use, but that makes this side the adjacent side. So going through my checklist, would it be the first formula, so? Nope, because we need the one that has A and H. That has O and H, so that's no good. So let's try the next one. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and that's the one we're looking for. We're looking for the one that has the A and the H. So the C stands for cosine, and always best friends with sine, cosine, and tangent is the angle. And this time we're looking for the angle, just like the question above it, and then just follow the formula. The A is 9, and the hypotenuse is 14. Now, do you remember right on how to do these? Do you cross multiply or do you not cross multiply? You do not cross multiply. So it would be hitting the second button on the calculator and then hitting cosine. And that will give you the inverse cosine. And if you tell it the sides, it'll tell you the angle. So type it in just like you see there. Second cosine, 9 divided by 14. And the answer comes out to be almost exactly 50 degrees. And looking at the choices, we were right. I was right in the beginning to think that it wasn't 3 or choice 1 or choice 2. All right, we'll keep on rocking at this, and hopefully this short little video made a big difference. All right, have a nice day.